The last FIFA game I played was probably FIFA 12 or FIFA 13. I can't remember. Was it a FIFA 12 or FIFA 13? That was probably the last FIFA game that I played. And since then, I have really been a Pro Evo guy. And this war has been raging on ever since that Pro Evo game on the PS2. And this is my thing. And this is what it has always been. FIFA has the licenses. FIFA has the presentation. FIFA has the marketing. FIFA has the promotion stuff. And FIFA just has the clout. And Pro Evo always has to pretty much play catch up with regards to presentation and licenses as well. But my thing about it is, what is the better game? That's the key thing. What is the better game? But much more specifically, what is the better football game? What is the better football game? Because Konami cannot compete with EA. EA is one of the biggest companies in the world. And EA are the reason why Mass Effect got ruined. EA, you are the reason why Mass Effect 3 got ruined. It was also BioWare as well. But also EA, I blame you as you're partly to blame for the failure of flipping Mass Effect 3. I will always hold that against you. My Mass Effect video is going to be released very soon. So, my thing is this. I get it. I get why FIFA is so popular. I get it. It makes sense. Like, I get why this thing is so popular, man. It makes complete and absolute sense. But the reality of the matter is this, is that Pro Evo is the better football game. And I'll explain why. FIFA will, more people will be playing FIFA 2020. It will always have a greater reach. But we have to understand what we're talking about here. What is the better football game? Now, the better game, the better gaming experience overall is probably FIFA. If we now look at the bells and whistles, the graphics, the presentation, the extra features, and what you're getting overall, your bang for your buck. Overall, you could argue that it's FIFA. But guys, this is a football channel. I run a football channel. And my language is for football. My language is football. And this is just something just to, let me just, peep you all on for some game now. Yeah, get some game. The developers at Konami, what their focus on always was, we are trying to make the best football simulation. That was always their focus. When with EA, they knew that it's very similar to Call of Duty and Modern Warfare, where EA knew that we have this monopoly. We are called FIFA. People connect us with football because of FIFA, the licenses and everything, and we were the first. Remember back in the day of, because remember I owned FIFA 94. Okay, going back to the days of Mega Drive. I don't know how many of you young bucks remember FIFA 94 and Mega Drive with David Platt on the front cover. How many of you remember that? How many of you young bucks remember that? But for EA and for FIFA, they're making a game. It's just a game. But for Konami, was like, we're trying to make a realistic footballing experience. A realistic footballing experience. And those are the differences. So when you actually play the games, I've played both. I've played both. And FIFA 20 definitely is an improvement. I can definitely see big improvements in FIFA 20. But whenever I play FIFA games, I'm like, this is a game. I'm playing a video game. But when I play Pro Evo, I am playing in a football simulation. I can see the care and the detail that the engineers and the developers have made in trying to create the most realistic footballing experience in Pro Evo. So for me, as a football purist, when I'm playing Pro Evo, I feel like, man, I am really getting the most realistic football experience. But when I play FIFA, I'm like, these graphics are amazing. This stadium looks amazing. This thing looks, just as a presentation piece, looks amazing. As a visual piece, looks amazing. But when I'm actually playing the game, I don't feel I'm playing in a football match. I feel like if I am playing within the specific rules of FIFA's video gaming world. So that is why, with regards to this whole FIFA and Pro Evo thing, it's a popularity thing. Pro Evo will never be as popular as FIFA because they don't have the kind of money and the kind of marketing power that FIFA have. Because a lot of people are sheep. Let's just keep it real. People are sheep. And same thing with wanting to get the newest iPhone, the newest marketing item and so forth. How people are dumb enough to actually queue for a flipping phone or dumb enough to queue for a flipping restaurant is because people want to have what is considered best by society, what is considered the best by the media. They don't really want what's really the best. They just want to get the thing that is the most popular and the most desired by society. So once they have it, like, hey man, I have what all my other friends have. I have what is the cool thing. But the cool thing or the most popular thing isn't the best thing. And for me, I'm not 12 anymore. I'm not 15 anymore. I'm in my 30s. And in my 30s, I couldn't give a damn about feeling cool. Thank the Lord I'm no longer in school where being cool was such a pressurized thing. Because right now, I want the best product. And the best product is Pro Evo. It just is. So, even if it doesn't have the same kind of presence, because my thing is this, and this is what I say to people, especially with video games. Which would you rather have? Mediocre graphics, amazing gameplay, or mediocre gameplay and amazing graphics? So that's one aspect, and this is something that I ask a lot of people, and I ask this to the live chats. Which would you rather have in a video game? Mediocre graphics and great gameplay, or mediocre gameplay and great graphics? Because my thing about this is that those that say they would rather have mediocre gameplay and great graphics, it can be amazing to look at, but what you're playing isn't much fun. But why I go for great gameplay and mediocre graphics? How good are the graphics in Football Manager? Football Manager doesn't have any graphics. Football Manager is just text. So the graphics of Football Manager is flipping class A scholar brick, but the gameplay is tier 1, and that is why it is the most addictive game ever made. That's why it's the most addictive game ever made. Tetris. How good are the graphics on Tetris? How good are the graphics on Tetris? But what should we call it? That's probably one of the. Speaking of which, I actually need to download Tetris on my phone. Tetris is one of the most addictive games ever of all time. So, that's just keeping it real, man. So let me just hit this super chat here from Young One. So Young One, thank you very much for the $5 super chats, Young One. So Young One says, licenses has ruined competition between sports games. Pro Evo was once better than FIFA, but since they get licenses like the Champions League, they have no chance. Interesting, Young One. Licenses. Let's speak on licenses. We're in competition right now. I get why EA will want to have a monopoly on the licenses and will not want Pro Evo to have the licenses, because it is still the best football game ever made. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was a Pro Evo on PS2, where this was the first time that Pro Evo trounced FIFA. And if Pro Evo had, it was the game that literally brought guys from FIFA to Pro Evo, and FIFA had like a 3-4 year stint where they got trounced by Pro Evo. When that happened, FIFA then said, "No man, you know what? Screw these guys. Let's keep these licenses. We are now in a war." Because before that Pro Evo game, FIFA was a monopoly. They were not in a war. Once they knew that they were in a war, like, all right, boom, let's get back at these guys, man. So the thing about licenses is this: is that I am willing to go through the trouble of downloading option files, doing the editing the stuff, tweaking the stuff, if I know I'm going to get the better product. Because my thing is, like something like, see, for FIFA that have the bells, whistles, and everything, I'm like, okay, you know what? If I'm at a friend's house, or I want to visit someone like, you know what? Let's do some FIFA. Let's do like a Champions League or FIFA. Let's do like co-op and let's just see how far we can get in the Champions League with FIFA and everything. But in the long term, Pro Evo is going to give me more satisfaction because it's simply the better football game. It's simply the better football game. Like, I don't want to play an arcade. So young one, I get it with the whole option files and everything, but is the option file pretty much a be all and end all for Pro Evo? But then again, and this is the key thing. It depends on what you want. It depends on what you want as a it depends on what you want as a gamer. For a lot of people, what they want is Champions League, the licenses, the look, the stadiums, and so forth. Hence why, again, this may be where you're right here, young one. That is why FIFA is always going to beat Pro Evo. And I admit that FIFA will always be Pro Evo because most people don't want to have the trouble of downloading the option file. Most people are like, who cares if it's an arcade? Does it look good? Does it have all the teams and all the players? Yeah, man, let's play. Because at the end of the day, for people, it's just a game. It's just a video game. But I'm in the minority. I guess I am in the minority of like, no, I want to play the best football game. I don't want to play an arcade. Sorry. If I want to play an arcade, I'll go to HMV or somewhere and play the arcade. I don't want to play the arcade. So for me, who I am in the minority, I want to play the best football game. So Pro Evo, it's the best football game. Man, you don't have the licenses and everything. All right, how can I get around that? And I have no issue in spending an hour or so downloading the option file, doing the edits, and going ahead with that. I don't have that issue because I know that I'm going through all this trouble, but at least I am playing the better game, you know. So, and really on that note, I'm still playing Become a Legend, man, because I still want to get my HH guy out of Lille and in the big leagues. But when all is said and done, I do want to try out that Master League. So I think between the two, I may get both. I may get both because obviously I am actually using Twitch now. So just for the viewing experience for those on Twitch, I may get both and just play games on both and just see how I roll. But the game I am more likely to get first is Pro Evo 2020 because, as I said again, I've played both demos, and for me, Pro Evo 2020 is simply the better game, and I feel that the developers from Konami have taken much more care and have a greater appreciation in making the most realistic footballing gaming experience.